What's good? How you living? How y'all doing? It's your boy TheBlackJay back with another chapter reading. We got One Piece chapter 1115. I'm gonna start off by talking about the only things I've heard. I'll do college this time. Like whispered and talked about. I think I saw something that said I think we see Joy Boy like fighting or something like this in the chapter. That's the only thing I like really know of or saw. I'm excited for it. I didn't see no like actual chapter panels this time, so I think the less I look into it, obviously get a red comic. The less I look into things, the less I'm gonna see it. So I'm just gonna take that route. And sadly, I'm not gonna look at the spoiler videos. I'm not gonna look at spoiler posts. I think until I want to get into the spoiler game, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm still big into Theory Piece, so shout out to Theory Tubers, man. But I can't watch the spoilers, sadly. Cover page is Yamato at a Holy Inari shrine. I guess she made it to one of them, and it's got Hiyori no Toko there, just making bento, chilling, hanging out. Or is she about to go? I think she's at one. That's probably why she's so happy, just seeing everybody going around and doing her little adventure. So the chapter starts off in the flower capital of Wano. Someone saying it's hard to believe this foreign transmission is reaching us. And then you hear Vegapunk talking, now you may be wondering how he came to be known as a pirate. Someone saying we found the snail in the castle among Orochi's possessions. Dang, so Orochi kind of left upon some good shit. So you were a pirate, Joy Boy, just like Luffy. You know of him, my lord? He must have been in Odin's journal, for real. A jail cell at the G4 naval base. Joy Boy, who cares? I bet you could easily beat him, right, Captain Kid? Duh! The man's already dead. That's a captain. The only thing bigger than his confidence is his belly. Yeah, I'm clearly a million times tougher than this Joy Boy. It's Joy Boy, boss. Oh my god. He called him Joy Toy? It's literally that gang of people that were impersonating Luffy and his crew before. Or maybe another group of lookalikes, but bro, they look terrible. Goes to Marine, still shocked. Vegapunk saying, do bear in mind, I only have access to a handful of poneglyphs, but their combined narrative clearly chronicles an unbelievable history about a great war in the distant past. Egghead Island is literally like completely on fire, bro. This is kind of crazy. During that period, Joy Boy faced an enemy, the organization now known as the World Government. Wait, isn't that us? Well, he did say he was a pirate. Oh shit, Warkiri's pissed, screaming out Vegapunk. Back then, they were merely the Allied Powers, a temporary coalition consisting of 20 separate kingdoms. Oh, that man is going crazy. He's just releasing hockey. Mars is mad. It can be assumed that an alliance was the only feasible way to oppose the formidable faction to which Joy Boy belonged. Okay, so he's looking like, his silhouette looks like Luffy in Gear 5. I'm afraid that the cause of this conflict still eludes me, so I do not presume to judge the morality of the combatants. I can, however, say that this war was a clash of two opposing ideologies. I mentioned earlier that Joy Boy was born to a fantastical civilization. Uh-oh. Zunisha. I guess the Minks have it playing also, or does Zunisha just hear this? One so advanced... Yeah, they're listening to it on Zoe as well. They got, I guess, some snails up there listening. One so advanced that it is hard to believe it existed over 900 years ago. The weapons that existed during the century-long struggle are far beyond our modern science. That's amazing. Okay, Carrot, looking kind of smooth with the little musketeer garbs. Oh, shows Foxy! Fee. What's that peanut-headed fool saying? Hey, yo! Oh, you're making me hungry, boss. Such technology is baffling even to a genius such as myself. He's so big-headed. Poo. I gotta remember to rewatch that Foxy arc, man. And therein lies our problem, the Labostratum. Oh, better. Gotcha. Stussy, wheeze, huh? It's me. Edison? I thought Edison was dead, high key, not gonna lie to you. Kaku's just chilling in the bubble still. Lower the barrier and hightail it out of there. But I can't. What if something were to happen to the Straw Hat crew? I'm gonna be straight with you. There ain't no point in the barrier no more. Not when there are monsters on an island who can ignore it. Yeah, they kind of wilding out right now. So you got Saturn and Mars just walking around, releasing hockey, knocking out as many snails as possible. We've done all we can for them. I'm sure they'll make it somehow. How much longer, Jinbei? My apologies, we're almost there. There's nothing to apologize for. We were busy. Is that you, Zoro? You're gonna get it later. I guess Zoro's letting Jinbei carry him so he can get as much rest as possible. Now hurry up. They're moving their ships to blockade the northeast coast. I'll never forgive you if we get blasted out of the water after all this. That's good to hear. I was worried Stella would never forgive me if I let them get caught. As if. Now get your ass out of there. But I don't know what to do myself, huh? Now that Stella's gone, who am I meant to live for? I have no purpose. I knew it. I told y'all this was going to happen. I knew Stussy was going to go through, like, a situation where she was going to struggle with what to do because she feels like she's not, like, her own person. I think Kaku's gonna spit some game. He's about to raise her up real quick because he's interested now. He's got the little exclamation points. Let's see what's going on. They're all okay. So Bonnie's bigger than Najjur right now, and the giants are big enough to literally grab him by the tail like they're hunting a wild animal. Sanji's yelling out, "Don't let him use his sword. That geezer can cut anything." Sense the living voices. Bonnie. So he just stopped to sense the breath of all damn things. To focus in on Bonnie specifically. He kicked off the giant off what's the name? What was that, Akashi? Yeah, I think he kicked off Akashi, like boot kicked off him like a donkey kick to gain momentum to try and slash Bonnie. Frankie thankfully saved her ass because that was probably about to be it for her. Bonnie, what? She shrunk down to a kid form to help her dodge as well. And he sliced the mast off of the giant ship. Oh. Did Frankie just figure something out? Because he looks intrigued now. I can't maintain this sort of future for very long. Oh, he's talking to her. That's why he was confused. The Void Century ended with Joy Boy's defeat. And Zunisha and the giant already know that. How much do you intend to save Vegapunk? He's mad. He's taking off. He's leaving? He said, there are too many life forms up here. Hey, yo. But the aftermath had grander consequences. This man just sliced the entire, like, upper half, the big cloud part of Egghead open. Like Law did to fucking, what's the name? Punk Hazard. The wake of that ancient conflict scarred the world, and those scars never healed. Oh, he freed all those Marines that was stuck inside, huh? Oh, and the Seraphim are getting freed. Oh, shit. Please let Bonnie be able to command them first. Oh, the Seraphim are in bubbles. Oh, I forgot the Seraphim were in bubbles. Okay. Everyone's falling because they made a sliced an entire fucking island in half. We all know travel between the islands can be excruciatingly difficult. The seas one must traverse are so vast and perilous. Most people are content to live and die at their place of birth, never experiencing any culture other than their own. Isn't it a bit obvious? Yeah, haha, everybody knows the seas are dangerous. That is common knowledge to us now. But it wasn't like that 1,000 years ago. Ooh. A cataclysmic ecological disaster occurred during the Void Century. Does the dude that runs the damn village that Zoro's from know anything about this? Because he's got dots popping up. And the ancient world was swallowed by the ocean. We are now living atop of the remnants, continental fragments of the landmass that once were. Oh shit! Everyone except for Dragon looks surprised. Dragon and Sabo. Sabo doesn't look that like shook or like he didn't know about this. You got Ivankov, yelling out, say what? Sabo's looking like that man Dragon. What do they know? The world of a millennia ago sleeps unseen at the bottom of the ocean. Bruh. I know it is hard to believe on my word alone, but there really were multiple vast continents back then. This is insane. Hey, Nojiko, where do you think you're going? The whole world is at stake. Fill me in later. I've got to check on the tangerine orchard. Nojiko, there's something special there. This change in the world helps explain how a century of history could be censored. A feat that seems nigh impossible, but it makes sense when you consider the undeniable conclusion all the data points to. Within a mere century, the average sea level rose by a staggering 200 meters. What? You're kidding. Yeah, all the Marines' heads is getting blown. Like, their hats flying off and all this crazy shit. 200? A warship's only 60 meters tall. No wonder the old world disappeared. Hey, stop listening to this crap. We have work to do. The Seraphim and all those imprisoned Cypherpole agents were spotted falling out of the lab building. We've got to rescue them. Did you hear that? His tall tales keep getting taller. The old farts lost his marbles. What a joke. Is that Hawkins? Ain't no way Hawkins is alive, bro. It shows damn Sakura Kingdom, Chopper's hometown. Dalton's talking about, is that really possible? Kureha's dying laughing in the back. Even now, the world still finds a way to keep things interesting. That mountain is around 200 meters. You're saying something that tall would be submerged? That's awful. How many people died? Yeah, that's something to really think about. That's in what, Orangetown? That begs the question, how and why did such a flood occur? My bad, I was not paying attention to the game, y'all. I got kind of really drawn in. That begs the question, how and why did such a flood occur? Naturally, your first inclination might be to assume it was some kind of natural disaster. However, I can say for certain that it was no such thing. It was a man-made calamity. Okay, Water 7, they tuned in. And man, big news. You can't be serious. If this catastrophe was brought on by natural means, there would be records denoting early warning signs several centuries earlier. It was a severe world-altering event after all. Vivi's telling everybody to shut up, well, specifically Big News to shut up. But all my research into meteorology, geology, ecology, and atmospheric science confirmed that there was no such natural buildup. It is impossible for such a drastic change to happen spontaneously within the span of a mere 100 years, meaning the cause lies elsewhere. My suspicions were confirmed a few days ago when I analyzed the world's current sea levels. This would be hard to accept, but this disaster 800 years ago was caused by ancient weapons technology capable of sinking the world. And that very same firepower evidently still exists, just waiting to be used again. In other words, the Great War that ravaged the world during the Void Century is still ongoing. You've got Emu looking bugged out right now. The genius sheds light on a forgotten history. Next week, it's not saying no break, so we get to cook and figure out what's going on again. I'm about to run this from the top because we got a lot to talk about. This is a lot of stuff going on right now. Oh man, this is a long chapter. I'm fucking with this. I love this a lot. So I'm loving, first off, seeing that Wano still is flying Luffy's flag big as hell in the capital. I think one of the questions right now is the ancient weapon that sleeps beneath Wano the one that has the ability to sink the world? And that's why it's buried beneath Wano, because it's not needed currently right now, because it's going to be needed later to sink it again. Because that would explain a lot with why Momonosuke decided, hey, we're not going to open this up right now. If Luffy would have been good after the fight and he would have had energy, he probably would have been like, yeah, we're good to open things up. But I think Momonosuke knew that Luffy wasn't ready to really take on that type of responsibility that they're going to need. And that's why he decided not to open things up like that. When it comes to the ex Straw Hat crew, I think it's real interesting that they're still impersonating different crews, and kids' crew, if all crews is a wild one to impersonate after they got one shot. I'm liking seeing that the girls here are starting to kind of focus in on certain areas, because with Najjuro going up towards the clouds, now we're gonna see Zoro and him start to box. I think they're gonna have a confrontation, and I can't remember if I saw it online, someone was talking about it, or if a specific YouTuber was talking about it. So this isn't from me. This is something that I heard from before. I just can't put my finger on who had said it exactly. But someone was talking about they believe a Straw Hat is going to get left behind and captured for real. And it's like, if it's anybody, it would be Zoro, I feel. You know what I'm saying? That would get not left behind intentionally, but left behind because he has to. I don't know, man. I feel like as soon as they get to the ship, there's gonna be something. Let's say just have a small clash because Najjuro's trying to get to the lab to help the rest of them. You know, keep like spamming Conqueror's Hockey around them. I don't know what else would keep him from really trying to box Zoro like that, because I know Zoro's gonna want his sword. Zoro's gonna see that sword, he's gonna want it. You know how Zoro is on his boot gang shit. But everyone's. First off, I was talking to Jasmine before the chapter. Jasmine's the mother of my child, and I told her I heard Joy Boy was gonna be in the chapter, and I called it and I told her it's gonna probably be a silhouette. I doubt they're gonna show what Joy Boy actually looks like right now, and he just looks like Luffy. His silhouette looks like Luffy's silhouette, man. A dude in some pants with some type of shoes, clogs, sandals, probably. If I had to take a guess. He got the little Hagoromo scarf on him. He's got the little Gear 5 curly flamey hair, and he's opposing all these kings like going against him. I'm guessing the 20 kings must have had nutty fruits. Like somebody probably had an ope fruit. Like I feel like a lot of the big hitter fruits that we have now are probably some of the fruits they had. Somebody probably had the soul fruit and the dragon fruit and fucking the phoenix fruit, like the Goro fruit, the darkness fruit. Like I feel like a lot of the fruits that are big and well known for being strong and overpowered right now were probably held by these 20 kings. Because like I feel like if you're gonna oppose somebody that's ability is literally imagination, you're gonna have to have some nutty stuff up your sleeve too, or at least some stuff that can counteract the nutty stuff enough that you had to. I mean, it's 20 people on one. 20v1 is crazy off rip, but I don't know, man. It's enough of a deficit to really make you think, like, what was Joy Boy doing? Like, was he on the right? Joy Boy could have been in the wrong for all we know. Like, I don't know, really. Did he get like a whiff of their plot to sink the world, and he decided to stand against them? Is that what Joy Boy's thoughts were? Did they steal the technology and try to use it, in the wrong hands? Like, I feel like when the story comes out and we really hear it and we really get in and get to break it down, it's going to be a lot deeper than any of us probably really think it's going to be. Seeing that Foxy, even after all this time from when Luffy went against him, is just a dude with a little bummy little ship with literally his masthead is almost as big as the entire ship is. I feel like it's kind of sad, bro. I feel like Foxy would have probably came back up by now, but I guess not. He must have kept taking L's. I think Kaku and Stussy really gonna turn things around. I think they're not gonna be Cypher Pole no more. I think they're really starting to feel, well, not really. I feel like Kaku specifically is really starting to feel and notice that he ain't built like that. He ain't no Lucci. He ain't no real killer like that. He's a dude with a good heart. So I think he's gonna turn things around and actually start trying to do other stuff. I'll take some business. I think he might do like Cross Guild or something like that. I don't think he's going to try to join the Straw Hats though. If anything, they would start like their own type of crew, and then they would be a part of the fleet at the most. That's the closest type of relation to the Straw Hats I would see. But like, I really feel like anybody that's not already a crew that's going to join a crew, like a fleet, I think everybody's just going to default towards the buggy pirates, the guild. I feel like Jinbei is going to be mainly focused on helping to defend the ship. because they'll have another heavy hitter there. I really don't think Zoro's gonna need much help with Zoro. I think they're gonna really just have a clash. I still, even looking back at it and looking through the chapter again, I really think they're just gonna have a clash. I don't think much is gonna really happen with that, because I think they're gonna be a fight that's gonna be set up for later. Because Zoro, I think, is supposed to be strong. Like, I think he's legit supposed to be strong as shit. I don't think he's using his full power right now. Like, yeah, he's getting distracted by a lot of shit, but I feel like he's too focused on too many things at once instead of just fighting. And I think when him and Zoro really square up and they start fighting for real, it's going to be a situation and an environment where they can just focus on boxing. No outside interference, nothing like that. This is going to be like, alright, this is who I'm fighting, this is who I'm fighting. Alright, everybody keep going. I forgot about the robot, no lie, I'm not going to lie to y'all. So I feel like Zoro definitely will get away. I think the robot's gonna be destroyed. I think the robot can do a lot of shit. I think it looks like it's a little toy and it's probably just like a little swinging bot, but if it raided the fucking, the Holy Land, what did it say, 300-400 years ago, I think it's definitely got a lot more power and more abilities than we can expect it to have. So I think in the next chapter or two, we're gonna see the Seraphim are gonna get activated for real, for real. I hope Bonnie gives them free will. You know what I mean? Like, she gives them the permission to make decisions and to learn from their mistakes and to ally themselves with who they want to ally themselves with. Because I don't think Bonnie's going to just want to command them, especially the one that's her father. I think she's going to want him specifically to have his free will. Like, if anything, I think she's going to give him his memories. Like, if the memory bubble is not there no more, that means that Bonnie absorbed the memories in full. And if she absorbed the memories, she can just tell him, hey, remove the memories of my father from me. Like, remove his memories from my consciousness and take them in. And then that will be like the reincarnation of Kuma. And the Kuma that gets to live his life not as a slave, and then as, a warrior, and then as a king, and a king underground, and then, a slave, and then a man that's just a robot. Like, it's someone that can live their life how he should have lived his life from jump. Or like, he shouldn't have had to be a kid as an slave just because he's a buccaneer. He shouldn't have had to do a lot of the shit. That man was fighting for his life from jump to the end, really. Like, there wasn't much reprieve for that man. So he deserves a second chance at life, I feel, to just be him. I think the Boa Seraphim is definitely gonna just be at Amazon Lily. If she gets free will, we already know where she's going. I feel like the Mihawk Seraphim is probably gonna look for Mihawk, and then Jinbei Seraphim, I think he would go with the fucking Fishman Pirates, in all honesty, which would be gas and a good way for him to interact with his peoples, get his culture in, learn like a lot of shit that he probably needs to know as a fishman, because he's not just a seraphim, he's a fishman seraphim, and he's got a crazy set of abilities and a crazy amount of power that he could unleash on folks. So like, his responsibility is gonna be good, to see everybody develop their seraphim how they want, because I don't think the seraphim are gonna be just mindless drones the entire time. I think the seraphim are definitely gonna get some sort of free will in the next, I say, 5 to 10 chapters. Because they need it. It's necessary. Nothing in this show or this series have I seen where its purpose is to be controlled, where it's controlled the entire time. Like, everything has to live how it wants to live, even the devil fruits. You know what I'm saying? They say, Zoans, when they awaken, the will of the fruit can take over the user, or the will of the fruit can affect the user. So the will of things is important. And having these seraphim, which are living, breathing things, and as powerful as they are, especially not having free will, it don't sit right. So I feel like the seraphim are definitely gonna get their own consciousness soon, bro. And when they get that ego, it's gonna be lit. Going through that big reveal again, man. I wonder how the fishmen probably feel with the big reveal that this is the things that they've probably seen. They probably have known about these ruins underground, but they probably didn't know what these ruins were for. I feel like the Ancient Kingdom is literally just probably the entire Grand Line. The Ancient Kingdom is probably the entire Grand Line, and that would make the most sense. It's probably the Paradise section, if any, like specific section. That's the second half, right? I think, yeah, Paradise. Or no, the New World. Paradise is the beginning part. New World is the other part. So I think the entire New World little half of the Grand Line is probably like the territory of the Ancient Kingdom, and that would make sense for Wano to be there and all these other important places. Ryugu Kingdom was probably an island, and they probably moved everything from an island down to the safety of underneath the Red Line. If that's not where they were just like cast down to, you know what I mean? It's probably the safest place for them to be, because without them having to go and risk their life to go all the way underneath there, they'd have to destroy the Red Line to get to them, and they're not going to destroy that stuff. So I feel like, man, the fishmen are super important, bro. Fishmen keep getting more bonus points. Every chapter, the fishmen get more bonus points, and it's lovely to see it. Sabo knows a shit ton. I think Sabo and Dragon have probably had a lot of private talks about matters like this, and I think it's probably because of Sabo's connection to Luffy, and Dragon probably knew that that's what was going to end up, like they were going to end up having to do something about it. Or at least Sabo and Luffy are. Because he's still not boxing. Until we see him boxing, I'm just going to say he's a non-combatant. I think Dragon just be chilling. I'm really like stunned about this. All I can think of is the kingdom and what it could be. All these Atlantis theories people have been talking about are probably bumping through the roof, doing crazy numbers right now. Like there's a lot that happens, or could have happened with this kingdom. I feel like the tech that man Vegapunk is finding around this place is probably. Is he just digging it up? Is he just like excavating it and then picking like the parts to try and repair it and then re-engineer it, or is he just studying documents? Like, I don't know, man. I want to know where he's getting all his information. I know he said he was reading the poneglyph information. I know that the scholars had documented it properly, but like all this technology is he getting that from their documents as well, or is Vegapunk going out and confirming, okay, yeah, so 200 meters down into the sea, there are the kingdom pieces. There are all these, ruins and everything. Oh, let me go down there and excavate, X, Y, and Z. Is that why the robot looks so beat up? Because it was thrown into the sea afterwards. Like, there's a lot of questions that I need answered, man. There's a lot of gears that start to turn and get jumbled up. Another question I have is, what is Nojiko going to get from that tangerine orchard? My guess is whatever Nojiko is getting, it has something to do with Nami and her lineage, and something that Bellamy had found when she found them, that only Nojiko knows about, because it probably has nothing to do with her. Because I still think Nami's a descendant of a sky race, if she's not some type of royalty that should have never been found like that, like a celestial dragon baby. I want a better indicator onto where this man Big News Morgan is. I still feel like Big News Morgan is on the way to Egghead. So like, is a possibility that Big News Morgan is just on his way to Elbaf? Would he be assuming that the Straw Hats will be going to Elbaf next, or is that a safe haven for him? Because Big News is on the run from the government, so there's only a specific few places that he could really go realistically. I know he's flying in the air, so he can kind of like dictate and do whatever he wants to do with it, but at the same time, that man's got to find somewhere to land to be safe. He can't keep Vivi and Wapple with him forever. So I really think Big News, if he's not going to Egghead to try and meet up with him, I think he's going to Elbaf. and he's gonna run into them along the way. Because he's gotta get the true scoop. You feel me? Like he's gotta find out what's really going on. Well, this man Vegapunk is cooking. This man Vegapunk is absolutely cooking. He's snitching big time on the world government. You got Eam still playing with these damn butterflies in the garden, but the eyes are going crazy. I need the Eam face reveal, man, because it's bothering me at this point. Because Eam just looks like a blob of shadow. Like there's light shining directly on Eam, it seems. Complete shadow. This man Oda plays too damn much. Oh my god. Alright, so I think, oh man, I think at this point, that's it. Yeah, that's gonna have to be it for that part. Alright, that's gonna be it for the video, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Stay hydrated, stay healthy. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Let me know your thoughts, any theories you may have, anything you may have to tell me about the video. You know what I'm saying? This is a big chapter. A lot happened, so you know what you think. Appreciate y'all for coming by. Stay hydrated, stay healthy. Peace.